Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. It is me, Desiree, and today we're doing a little shop my stash for fall makeup. So these are all products I already owned. I didn't buy anything for this video, just things I really wanted to pull out, create a little fall look. But I am going to be using new brushes. So I bought this brush roll from ColourPop, and I have always wanted this. I don't know what it is about this. It just looks so appealing. It just looks really cool and I've always wanted it, but it's like $70 something, which is way too much to pay for ColourPop brushes. But ColourPop did a 40% off sale on their website, so this was the first thing I thought of. I was like, yes, I have to have that. So I bought it, haven't tried it yet, and I thought I would try them all out today, because why not? One thing about this thing though, it's like in a faux leather type of brush roll, and it smelled horrible when I opened it. Like, this smell of gas hit me right in the face when I opened the box. I couldn't use this. I had to leave it laying out on the table at the kitchen or like in the front room for a couple of weeks just to get the smell to air out. But it smells like nothing now, which was kind of, it was just a weird experience. Anyway, I need something on my lips. They're so dry. This is the Merit lip oil in the shade Bel Air. It's their tinted lip oil, but this is the clear one. I love this so much. Definitely the best lip oils I've ever tried. They did send this to me a while back. So we are going to start with eyes because I think this palette's going to give me a little bit of fallout. This is the Profusion Harvest palette. I had another palette in mind that I wanted to use and I can't find it anywhere. But all the colors in that, there was like brown and green and stuff. They're definitely in this palette as well, so we're going to go for this one. I love this palette. I love this palette so much. I mean, it is just so perfect for fall. Not only is it called Harvest, but look at this color selection. Really nice. There's a lot of green in here, which is what I'm going to do today. There's some browns. It's definitely a warm palette here. You get some fun textures as well. There's like some creamy, like putty textures, some shimmers, some mattes, and it's just a wonderful palette. I do have a whole video on this where I swatch everything out. So I'll link that video down below in case you want to see the whole palette swatched, and I do another demo in that video as well. But I'm going to go for some of the green today. The green, maybe some of that like really pretty mustard yellow like on top of the crease. One of the shimmers on the lid, just something really fun and fall. So let's bust out some of these new brushes. And I know some of you might be scandalized that I'm not going to wash these before I use them. I actually didn't even know you were supposed to do that. But I did a brush video a couple of years ago and someone left me a comment saying, oh my god, I can't believe you didn't wash those. And I'm like, you're supposed to wash them? I didn't even know. Anyway, this is the E22, just a nice little fluffy brush that I use regularly. I usually use the Morphe M513. I use this brush every single day and I have to look every single time to see what it's called. But this is definitely a brush that I really enjoy the shape of and like using this kind of stuff for blending. So I'm going to go for the shade Vegetation. These brushes, they're kind of like smashed, like flat, because I should have taken them out of the brush roll if I knew I was going to do this. Let me zoom in a little bit. Ooh, it feels weird. It feels like too soft and I don't know how to use it. You know when you have your like go-to brushes, they're almost an extension of your hand, and you use a new one, it's like, well, how do I even do it? It feels almost like it's a tiny bit too long, like a little flimsy. There's another one in here. The E23, another freaking flat one. I should have taken these out. Let me try this one instead. That one's just a little too long. This one looks a little shorter. I have to go with the brush. I know this is not like blending nicely, and I don't know if it's just because of the brush. Like, I don't know how to use it. So this is the Morphe M513. Like, I don't know how to work with those brushes. It's so strange. I'll use some other ones, of course, but for eyes, I don't know. They just feel funny. Gonna go for that shade called Nocturnal, mixed with a little Vegetation, just because I don't want it too dark. It's a really dark color. Just on the outer corner. So I'm gonna wipe that off. A little more of the yellow. And then I'm gonna go for either Grassland or Evergreen. For one of those on the lid. This one's Grassland, that one's Evergreen. I think I'm gonna go for the gold one called Grassland. I'm gonna go for the gold on the lid. Ooh, that's pretty. Now that I have this on, I don't think I'm gonna want that red color, but we'll see. Ooh. Oh no, dropped some of the shadow out. So I always have my rag and my micellar water handy for cleanups because I dropped some of that black shadow all over the brush thing. Oh darn it, that's not gonna come off nicely. Alright, so that's it for the top portion of the eyes for now. I am going to add a little more after I do concealer and finish up the rest of my face. But foundation, I'm going to do the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. Just pulled this out. I was going to use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD again, but I thought, let's try something else. I've been using that one non-stop, and I haven't used this one lately. Really thin, lightweight, looks like skin, feels good on the skin. And I know fall and winter makeup always seems to be so flat and matte. I wonder why that is. Because like the drier, like the air is really dry, your skin is really dry. Wouldn't you want your makeup to look like dewy and fresh? But instead people like always do like flat matte faces and matte foundation and stuff. I wonder why that is. That's not the route I'm going today. Just something really light and fresh on the skin. Skin-like, it gives that nice little like natural radiance to the skin. Really like this. A little Tarte CC under eye corrector under the eyes. This is the new packaging, so it's full of fingerprints. This feels different right now that I'm using it. It felt really stiff and dry, which is really weird. But this is the first one I've had in the new packaging. This is a, if you don't know, this is a product I love. I've used this for a long time. They recently reformulated it and repackaged it. Oh no, it feels creamy now. Maybe it was just that top layer, I don't know. But I've never had that issue with the old packaging before. It was never ever stiff like that. The concealer I pulled out, this is not like a shop my stash moment. It's just a concealer I don't want to stop using. It's from Kulfi and it's their main match concealer. Do they have a foundation already? Like if they have a foundation in this same line, the main match line, I want it. This concealer is everything. It's so good. I was going to use it today under my eyes, but I've been using it every single day under my eyes. And I thought I'd pull out something different. This is just so moisturizing. It makes my skin feel so comfortable. I think I picked like a really good shade match. This is the shade Ice Ice Berry. And it's just wonderful. It feels like a tinted moisturizer, but like very moisturizing. And it looks great on the skin. I use this as a full face like concealer with no foundation all the time. Blends so easily, wears nicely all day. It will stay looking fresh for the whole entire day. So if you want that really nice like natural radiance kind of look like you just put on your skincare, this concealer is it. It's so good. That's why I want to try a foundation in it if they have one. I'll have to look that up. I just love it. I just love the look of this on the skin. It's so pretty. Dang, they knocked it out of the park with this concealer. It's really nice. So I was just saying, I don't know why people do like matte makeup in the winter, but I am going to set with a little bit of powder just because I want my bronzer, blush, and highlighter to glide on the skin nicely and not get stuck with the tackiness from my concealer and my foundation. Let's see what brush for powder. Let's try this one called the F28. This feels like a really nice, super fluffy, soft brush. And I'm using the Too Faced Multi-Use Complexion Powder. I'm using it because I'm almost done with it, but I think this is discontinued now, and I'm so sad about it. This is my favorite powder ever, of all time of ever. I've used up a couple of these already, and I can't find it anywhere. I noticed it going on clearance on Sephora's website. They don't have it on Too Faced website anymore. Maybe they're repackaging. Maybe they'll bring it back. I don't know. But I do have a nice alternative though, the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. This works so similarly to this. It's freaky. So I have another one that I can, you know, have as an alternative, but this is just my favorite. It adds a little bit of coverage to the skin. It doesn't like flat. I was gonna say it doesn't flatify. It doesn't flatify your skin, so you can still see the radiance from the concealer and stuff, but it kind of just sets everything and sets it. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's just magic. I love it, and I'm so sad it's discontinued. For bronzer, I pulled out an oldie but a goodie. One of my all-time favorite bronzers, the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. This is the one that says 01 Natural for lighter skin tones. I love this. Clearly, I love this. And every time I use this, I'm just going to use the same brush that I use for powder. Every time I use this, I tell a story about how I had decluttered this. I think I used it one time and I threw it in a box that I had on the ground for declutters. And then I went to use it again and I couldn't find it anywhere. Couldn't find it anywhere. And it's because I had decluttered it. So I pulled it out just to try it again and I fell in love with it. I love the tone of this. I love this big compact. I love being able to swirl a brush in it and never pick up too much. For my skin tone, like for lighter skin, it's just perfect. Has the top of my head been cut off that whole time? And I just get it on a big old brush and just go to town bronzing. And you'll never overdo it. It'll never look overdone just because it's such a nice tone and color. And it's firmly pressed in the pan, so you're never going to pick up too much. And it has like a really nice little tropical scent. I really like this big giant brush, this ColourPop one. Ooh, I like this one, the F28. That's a nice brush. Made easy work of all that bronzer. And look how nice it looks, just natural. Love it. I love this bronzer a lot. Glad I pulled it out. So next up is highlighter. This is the Wet n Wild Hello Halo Blush Lighter in the shade I Met Someone. I know it says here a different name, but they renamed it because I think people were scandalized by the name for some reason. This is one of my favorite products of all time. Not just from Wet n Wild, just of ever. It's two highlighters. I guess you could use this one as a blush too, but I kind of mix them together. And it's the most in-your-face highlighter you've ever seen. It's so pretty. This freaking hair. I'm gonna go for, this one looks pretty good. This is the F33, this like tall little flimsy brush. So what I do is I kind of just, ooh, the packaging's breaking. I just felt it. I just get the brush and go right in between, right there in the middle, and pick up both colors. And you're gonna see the magic happen with this highlighter. It is so in your face. It's so pretty. It doesn't really have like an undertone, so when I turn my face and look different ways, I don't see like pink or gray or anything like that. It's so pretty. I have all of these blush lighters that are in the permanent line, and I think they're so good, so underrated. They did come out with a few other ones with the one collection they put out. They just put out too many collections now. Too many collabs, I mean. They did one, and I bought one of them, and I hated it so much. I was so disappointed I took it back. Love this so much. I mean, look at that glow. So pretty. So for blush, I went for the Pacifica Cherry Cheek Powders little blush palette. This is a little quad. It comes with 4 colors. They all look exactly the same on camera, but they are different in real life. I know these two look the same and those two look the same, but they're different. And I love this. This was a Christmas gift a couple of years ago, and I have loved using it so much. I'm gonna go for this brush, the F32, another little smashed one. I probably should have taken out of the packaging. But this looks like, oh no, that's too dense, too dense. Let's try this one, F29. Ooh, no, too dense. Let's try, ooh, that's a good one. F30. This one here. Nice little fluffy blush brush. And I'm gonna go for the color, that one in the middle called Fire Lit. This is a really pretty neutral color, and I kind of wanted something that was just gonna not compete with the eyeshadow too much. Because at first I thought of doing like the classic, you know, winter berry kind of color, but I thought that would kind of clash, I think, with the green on the eyes. This is a really nice brush. And then these powders blend so easily, like that's nice. I like it. Just a little something on the cheeks to kind of add some color there, but not compete with the eyes. Let's put on the brows. I will try the brow brush, or it looks like the brow brush. I guess it could be liner brush, whatever. The E30, their little angled brush here. I usually use the Real Techniques brow brush. This is my favorite brush. I have 2 of them. I use them every single day. This one I think is a little too thin, but I'll try it anyway. So let me throw on the brows real quick and we will finish up the eyes. I didn't shop my stash for any brow products because I'm just using the same stuff. Kosas ColourPop Brow Pencil, the NYX Thick It Stick It Brow Mascara. Love this stuff so much. And then the It Cosmetics powder that I always use that I also think is discontinued. Okay, brows are on, and I did use the E30 brush with the brow powder that I like, and it worked. It worked really well. It's dense enough and not too flimsy, so it picked up the powder nice, went on the brows nice. But like I was saying at the beginning of the video, there are some brushes that are just an extension of your hand, and this is the extension of my hand. So I always look for the purple brush. I already know it. So this one I think is going to kind of get lost in the brush stash there. But I have a bunch of little brushes like this. They come in handy all the time, whether it's for, I don't know, lower lash stuff, brow pomades, things like that. So nice brush, just not an extension of my hand yet. So let's finish up the eyes. And I'm going to try one of these other brushes. That looks like a perfect size. The E27. Because I think I am going to do, I don't know, do I want to mess it up? Is it going to mess it up? I thought I wanted to do like the red on the inner, this one right here. This color here, I wanted to add like a little stripe right here. I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, I'm nervous. Okay, no, what I'm going to do first, I'm going to take that color Oak and Vegetation, these two, mix them together a little, and then recolor in the part here that kind of covered with concealer a little bit. I feel like I need a pop of white right on my inner corners. I think I'm going to do that. Okay, and now let's do that red. I feel like I'm going to mess it up. Oh, it's fine. Just something really light. It's not working how I thought. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Let's get that yellow. Kind of help that blend a little bit. Well, it didn't work how I expected, but I already did it. It's there. It's fine. There is another little brush I'm going to try for the lower lash line. This is the E29. This little guy here. And I'm just going to add some of the green, a little bit of dark pop on the outer corner. Some of the vegetation color. And then some of the color Nocturnal just on the outer part, just a little bit. And I think I want a white pop right on the inner corners, like something really bright. And my first thing I'm going to go to, actually, my usual like go-to pop of white for the inner corner is this little beauty. The Danessa Myricks Highlight Palette. This is a Lightwork 1. I love this thing. And I'm going to grab some of that white right there and pop it on right on the inner corner just for, I don't know, I just want a bright pop. And this is another ColourPop brush, the E28. It looks exactly the same. It's a little smaller than the E27. It'll work. Right on the inner corner. Oh yeah, it's exactly what I wanted. Oh, perfect. That's exactly what I want. Just a bright spotlight right there on the inner part. Ooh, I like that. I haven't done that in a long time. A little setting spray. This is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip setting spray. Just using it because it's almost empty and I want to empty it. It's starting to spray really funny. Like most of the spray comes out the top, like at a diagonal, and gets all this part here. So that spray brings back a little bit of radiance to the skin, so it's still set with that powder, but not like a flat, traditional kind of winter look. All right, mascara. I'm gonna do lower lashes with the Merit lengthening mascara in the shade Perfect Black. This is a really, really good non-waterproof mascara that does not budge. Takes a long time to build it up though, which is why I'm only using it on the lower lashes. And it won't budge even on the lower lashes. It's so great. Pinch off the excess, and then what I pull out for my regular lashes? Oh, the macstack, this little mini guy here. So I'm gonna throw this on and then we'll wrap it up and give you some final thoughts on these ColourPop brushes too. All right, and that is it. That's my little shop my stash for fall makeup look. I love the way everything came out, and I think the star of the show is definitely this Harvest palette from Profusion and the highlighter from Wet n Wild. I think this is just such a nice, like in-your-face, bright pop of highlight that doesn't look obvious on the skin. Like you can get close up and it doesn't look like you have it sitting there. Seriously underrated. As far as the ColourPop brushes go, so I tried out a bunch of them. There's a few left here that I didn't get to. The ones I really loved, I loved this big giant powder brush that worked really well for bronzer and powder. Really enjoyed the blush brush, the F30, and then the F28 was that powder brush. The other ones, oh, the highlight brush I really liked too, the F33. I really liked this for that little like right there highlighter. The rest of the brushes, the eye ones, you know, they're not an extension of my hand yet, so I couldn't get a handle on them, especially these eye blending ones. Are just a little too flat, I think. Maybe I should give them a wash, maybe they'll fluff out. But these were definitely the 3 standout brushes from the set for me, 3 that are going to be incorporated into my little brush thing here, and easily I'll add these into the rotation. The other ones, they have to earn their spot. But anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've tried out any of these ColourPop brushes, let me know what you think of them. Do you think this is worth $70? I mean, right off the bat, I am glad I didn't buy this for $70. I'd be like, I don't know, especially with the eye brushes, but I think I need to give them a little more time and probably a good washing. But anyway, if you tried them, let me know what your experience has been. I would love to know. Also, let me know some of your favorite fall makeup that you bust out every fall. I would love to know that too. Anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.